Alright, Picking Vegas and Beyond. Different kind of video this time. I'm going to talk about a different way that you can make money. If you watch many videos on YouTube, you've probably seen these people who go around and trash pick and dumpster dive and stuff like that. That is a good way that you can make a decent amount of money, depending on where you live. If you live in an area where you have a lot of rich people, chances are you can find a lot of good stuff thrown out because rich people don't care. A lot of times rich people get something as a gift and never even use it, and then they throw it away. I know because my family brings back stuff all the time that some random rich person threw in the garbage and never even used. My family has found things in the trash that some rich person who lives in a mansion threw out, and never even used it. And then I looked that item up, and it'd be $1,000 item. And I'm not even joking or exaggerating. My family has brought back stuff that I didn't even know what the hell it was, because I don't buy random kitchen electronics that cost $1,000 or more. But my family has found things like that. They've found small appliances that go for anywhere from $500 to $1,000, $1,500. It doesn't happen every day, but if you're lucky, you can find high dollar items thrown out by some rich person who wasn't paying attention, or maybe they just didn't care. I know someone else who lives in a really real rich area, and he's found crazy things in the garbage. He's found Rolexes thrown away. He's found really expensive jewelry, like rings and bracelets, necklaces, and stuff like that. And it's weird and also funny at the same time, because when rich people move or clean their house or have a relationship end, a lot of times they'll throw a ton of stuff in the garbage that is still worth a lot of money, because they don't see it as something like that. They see it as just clutter. They don't care about the value of it, because that's just how rich people are. A lot of rich people don't see the value in items that they already have. So, yeah, trash picking, dumpster diving, that's one way to make money. Another thing that my family does is they go out and gather up old, the old type of TVs, the big bulky ones, and they bring those back and strip all the copper and everything out of them. They do the same thing with old computers and stuff like that, and you can make money with the copper from that. There's also aluminum inside stuff like that, and little tiny pieces of aluminum and stuff like that. But if you get enough of it, it adds a lot of weight. And usually what we do, we wait until we have an entire trailer full of clean scrap aluminum before we take it to the place where they buy it. And then we do the same thing with copper. We wait until we have an entire trailer full. We're going to be buying a what are they called? Wire stripper wire or something. It's like a machine you run the wire through that cleans it for you so you don't have to. We're going to be buying one of those pretty soon. And once the other building's built, I may start showing you that side of the business, because that's another part of the business where we do all that. And brass, we do the same thing with that. We usually take the brass with the copper. We wait until the whole trailer is full, until we have a ton of weight. We don't like to sell insulated copper. We wait until we get it all clean first, because it brings more money. Insulated is, they don't like buying the insulated. We do the same thing with radiators. We wait until we have an entire trailer load. Car batteries and stuff like that, we do the same thing. We don't go sell it until we have an entire trailer full. Last time, and believe it or not, car batteries and things like that can bring a ton of money. We've made a killing off of stuff like that in the past. It just depends on how many you have, and really it goes by, it depends on the weight. If you have a bunch of them, you're going to have a ton of weight, and you're going to make a bunch of money. So that's just how it goes. And basically, in stainless steel, you want to wait until you have a whole bunch of that too. So in order to be able to do it, you're going to need a lot of space. It's not really worth doing if you don't have a lot of space and trailers and stuff like that. We have 3, 4, 5, 6 trailers, I think. And we need more, because we're going to have to eventually get a bigger trailer for the scrap metal, because scrap metal prices suck right now, and the only way we're going to be able to make any money hauling scrap metal is if we have a big enough trailer where we can actually get a lot of weight into it. The one we have right now that we haul the scrap metal in, we can get maybe 2 tons at the most, and it's not really worth hauling that amount, because they don't pay enough for it. And yeah, I just wanted to make a video talking about recycling and stuff like that. And it's not just that. If you're a creative person, you can make a lot of money by figuring out or repurposing items that you find like that. Figuring out some other creative use for an item that someone else tossed out. Like, you could repurpose and redo furniture, which is one of the things that I do. And like those, I have something that I do with like the old boxed style, the wood box style TVs. I have something that I do with those, which if I find another one anytime soon, I'll make a video showing what that is that I do. But it's just something that I've found that I can, basically I turn them into a art piece or a decorative art piece where people can just have them for decoration. I design something like a scene that I set inside the wood box after removing the picture tube and all that out of the TV. I put a piece of plexiglass across where the screen would be, and then I designed some type of scene inside it. And I put little pottery or porcelain figures in there that I paint, and I decide beforehand what I'm going to do with it, but that's what I do. I put some type of scene inside the box, just like a decorative art piece. And believe it or not, people pay a lot for that. I usually sell those when I find them. I get between 10 and 20 grand a piece. So, but I haven't found one of those in a long ass time. So they're hard to find now because people just haul them all to the dump, and yeah. So I doubt I'll be finding any of those anytime soon because I haven't seen one of those in years. But like I said, if you could figure out creative ways to turn something you find that someone threw out into something else that people might want, then you can make a lot of money. But other than that, I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can repurpose things and turn them into something else. And like I do the play kitchens for kids and stuff like that. Sometimes I build them, I take things like, what are they called? Entertainment centers that no one seems to want anymore, and I turn those into play kitchens. Haven't done that in a while either, because I have two sitting over there in the other side of the building that I'm now using for just shelving for stuff that I'm going to sell. So, I don't know. I'm still not sure. I talked to a guy about that's what I forgot to mention it. I don't think I brought it up in any of the previous videos, but I talked to another guy about a property, retail space, and I don't know if it's worth it because it would just be for the stuff that I wanted to sell locally. It wouldn't be for any of the stuff I'm selling online. It would just be for the local sales stuff. And I'm not sure if I would have enough of that to make sense of me paying the amount that he wants for the space. I don't think, I shouldn't say I don't know if the price that he's asking for the space is worth it, number one. I don't know if it would even be any good because the previous tenants had their business open for less than 3 months before they went out of business, because I'm assuming it was because of the location, because it's not in a location where everyone would know about, number one, and number two, there's not very much traffic because it's, like I said, it's way out, like at the edge of the city limits. So I don't know if it would make sense to spend the amount that he's wanting for the building or the space, because just looking at how many spaces are vacant in the shopping center tells me that it's probably not going to be a good idea to go through with it, because there's an entire huge section that's vacant right now because the two businesses that were in there went out of business. And like I said, the one was only there for 3 months at the most. And there are 2 other spaces available too that the people went out of business. So, like I said, that's not a good sign. If they were not able to keep themselves in business for more than 3 months in that location, it's probably not going to be a good fit. Because, and I know my business wouldn't be like your normal, typical business, but I would still need a place where people are going to be able to find me and actually be willing to go. And that being where it is, I'm not so sure that would be the case at that one. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one.